it's me, Lindalee, and it's time for an all-new Lindalee's Doctor Who review. Welcome to my review, and this week we are reviewing The Witches from Million, whatever that means. It's like mostly about Daleks, this one, and there's no witches. I thought there was going to be witches. If you missed this week's episode, here's what happened. Spoilers. Claire and Missy are alive. They use their vortex manipulators. That's a weird word. And it transported them outside of the Skaro city. And there were no Daleks there. The Doctor is hanging out with Davros, and he steals Davros's chair. And he drives it around Skaro. And he was like spinning around like, wee, wee, wee. And then he had a cup of tea, and he said to the Daleks, don't ask me where I got the cup of tea. I'm the Doctor. And Davros was not happy. He was in half, and he was like, oh, Doctor. Here's a little problem. The Doctor gets trapped by the Snake Man with all the snakes, and it's covering up his face and his whole body. And then he's like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Missy and Clara found out that there's a sewer under Skaro. Here's a big problem. The sewer is not a sewer. It's a graveyard. It's like it's alive because they dump all of the dead Daleks in there. Well, they're not mostly dead. They're still alive. And it's creepy. The girls capture a Dalek, and then Missy makes Clara get inside the Dalek. And then she's talking to the Dalek, and she's saying, hey, Clara, say a name. And then she says, I'm Clara Oswald on the inside, but on the outside, it says, I'm a Dalek, I'm a Dalek. And then when she's trying to say, I love you, it goes, exterminate, exterminate. So nobody's going to know that it's Clara inside the Dalek. But that's pretty good, because now she won't get killed by Daleks. Davros and the Doctor, when they're hanging out, it's kind of like they're bonding and starting to be friends. So Davros is starting to die, and he says, let me look at you with my own eyes. And then his blue eye turns off, and then his eyes pop out. It kind of reminds me of the end of Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader asks Luke to take off his mask so he can look at him with his own eyes. The Doctor said that Davros is going to die, so the Doctor is about to give him a little bit of Time Lord energy, and then he touches the ropes, and they're actually snakes, and they're taking all of his energy. And all the Daleks, they're all going to be half Time Lord, half Dalek. And they're gonna take over the world. Ha, 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 ha. But then Missy comes in and saves the Doctor, and she brings the Dalek gun and shoots the snakes. And then the snake comes down, and it's like, go. And then the Doctor said to Davros, hey, you think you tricked me? Well, I tricked you. All that Time Lord energy that I just gave, you still control all the Daleks down in the sewer. So I just gave them some energy too, and now they are not happy. We see the sewer, it's like, and then they start coming out. And the city's shaking, and all the Daleks are like, exterminate, exterminate, what is happening, exterminate. So then the Doctor is coming through the halls, and he sees a Dalek, and he's like, where's Clara? Where's Clara? And then it's Clara's inside that Dalek, but she's trying to tell him. And then Missy tricks the Doctor and says, oh, that Dalek is a bad boy. He killed her. And she tried to put the gun in his hand, and then the Dalek starts saying, mercy, mercy, mercy. And then he's like, wait a minute, Daleks aren't supposed to say mercy. And then he says, open yourself up. Let me see who's inside. It's Clara. And he's like, Missy, run. And then he saves Clara and takes them through the Daleks. Claire's like, how do we get back to the TARDIS? And he's like, I gotta call it. And then she's like, but you don't have your sonic screwdriver. And then the doctor says, I wear technology. And then his glasses is a sonic. And then all the broken TARDIS pieces come together. And then they run inside. And it goes, free, and then they're saved. But without Missy. She's running through the halls like, ah! And then all the Daleks are surrounding her. And she says, I know how to get out. And then she uses her vortex manipulator. All the way at the end, the doctor comes back to Davros as a little boy in the war. He grabs out the gun and shoots all the hands around him. And Davros is saved. And he's going to teach him about mercy, so he won't ever be a bad Davros. And that was my review of Witches Familiar. Well, that's it for my Doctor Who review. I'm Lindalee. See you next time. Oh, and I gotta call my TARDIS.